You're not allowed to use this anymore because of the pandemic. It's no longer an option.
You can't use our own Tupperware?
No.
Oh. One of my classes this summer was about social impact and social entrepreneurship, and we were tasked to do a project on a company called the Ocean Cleanup. Their aim is to take out 80% of the plastics that are in all of the world's oceans by 2040. This is a topic for another time, but basically there's one fact that really brought me to actually take on the zero waste challenge, and that is that the average human being wastes about 4.5 pounds of garbage every single day. 4.5 pounds every single day. Ever since that project, I've been wondering, what can the average human being do to mitigate how much they waste in a day and to almost zero that? Now, if you're watching this video and you're wondering, well, why is that important to me? Well, if you ever watched the movie 2012, then you can get sort of an idea on what can happen if we don't take care of our planet. So here's my goal. I am someone who has never in my life tried to be sustainable, tried to be eco-friendly. I've never explicitly gone out of my way to see what I can do to become less wasteful. My plan is to do two things. I'm gonna do one normal day tracked, and I'm gonna track all of my garbage. And day two is I'm gonna try and rectify those habits and have zero waste. And then I'm gonna compare these 2 days, and I'm gonna see what are some subtle changes that you can make in your life that will help you be less wasteful. And then that will ultimately show you how one person can affect so many other people. If you guys haven't already subscribed, please make sure to do that. Let's get into the video. Not only am I trying to have zero waste throughout the day, but I'm also trying to figure out, what am I doing in my daily life that I can make tiny little fixes in so that I can live more sustainably? And the first thing that I thought about is in the shower. In the shower, I have so many different little shampoo bottles and soaps. Every single time that I'm finished with a plastic bottle, I don't recycle it. The other thing that I realize is that when I'm in the shower and I'm putting shampoo on my hair or I'm putting soap on my body, I'm leaving the water running. So this was 4 minutes and 10 seconds about. That's because the water was cold and I was freezing and I was just trying to get out of there. If you're taking a hot shower, you're probably in there for about 10 minutes. And that's when, you're really wasting a lot of water. The plastic and the water are two things that I'm gonna try and figure out tomorrow. So after going through the list of foods that I typically eat in a day, so far I've realized that the biggest trait of all of them is that they all come from some source of packaging. And because of this, it means that whatever I eat, at some point or another, I'm going to contribute to waste. It means I can't eat any of these except for the eggs, the potatoes, and the bananas. So we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna lay out a couple of rules for myself. So first thing is food. When it comes to what I'm gonna put in my body today, none of it is gonna have anything to do with packaging. If at some point in the process there was packaging around the product, I won't be able to eat that. In terms of hygiene, I'm leaving the brushing the teeth and the toothpaste all the same. And in terms of a cold shower, I'm still gonna be taking the cold shower, but I'm gonna turn the water off in between when I'm shampooing and when I'm washing my body. And oh yeah, did I forget to mention toilet paper? I eat a lot of fiber in my day, and if you know what fiber does, it helps with digestion and basically you poop more frequently. Instead of using no toilet paper, I'm going to be using half of the normal toilet paper. And then last but not least is that I'm going to be calculating the total trash accumulation of today versus yesterday. This time I'm going to put everything that I throw out, if I throw anything out, in a mason jar, and then we'll compare how much trash on a no waste day versus how much trash on a normal day. So first things first is a cold shower, and yeah, so let's do it. So comparative result number one for the shower, I was able to half the total time. So takeaway number one, I would say next time you shower, only turn the water on when you're rinsing your body or your hair. In terms of food, I started the day off by finding all of the food in my house that was compostable and I made a meal with that. So eggs, avocados, and fruits. All of the remains could be compostable, and so that is a perfect no waste meal. After that, I wanted to make it interesting. So I did a little bit of research and I found 2 places 10 minutes away from my house. The first place was a bulk store, and it sold tons of whole grains, dried fruits, and other cooking ingredients that I could put in my own container. The second one was a poissonnerie, or in other words, a fishmonger. So I figured for that, I'll just ask them to put the fish directly into the Tupperware rather than wrap it up in plastic like they usually do.
You're not allowed to use this anymore because of the pandemic. It's no longer an option.
Can't use our own Tupperwares?
No.
Oh. So basically, because of the pandemic, they don't allow anyone to fill up their own boxes anymore. You would have to use their bags, which are very wasteful. So I didn't get anything. We're gonna try and go to a fishmonger now and see if they will fill up our containers. And they better. I'd like to eat today. Can you put them in here instead of a bag, please? Thank you. We got the fish, we got nothing else. So pro tip after making these 2 trips, 1, if you're going to a zero waste store, more likely than not, they're not gonna let you bring your own containers. That's just a new thing with the pandemic. Another little tip is like, if you're about to pay, you can tell them don't even bother printing the receipt. The biggest plus is that it's forcing me to not randomly snack. It makes me have more conscious decisions about what I'm gonna put in my body. So that's a perk. I think this challenge will change your life. I don't mean change your life in the sense of like you're gonna wake up the next day and you're gonna be a totally different person. I just mean this is one small ounce of information that you become conscious of, and that will lead you to actually change your habits. So some things I would recommend that you implement. I would recommend that you turn the water off when you're shampooing or when you're just washing your body. In terms of food, you have to be really grateful for being able to eat whole foods and produce all the time. It does run itself a bit more expensive than store-bought goods. I think a good start is bringing a Tupperware wherever you go. I'm definitely gonna be bringing containers and filling up all my whole grains and dried fruits once rules subside. The only thing that I'm wasting today technically is the mask, because everything else that I ate can be composted. All in all, there are some sacrifices, mainly trading time for convenience. But again, if we want to make a difference in the world and we want to help the environment, it's going to require all of us to take an extra amount of time for a good cause. Please make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next Friday.